Did prosecutors in California charge the wrong Antifa terror cult member? Kind of. If you read the November 2022 charging document over the attempted murder case involving victim Curtis Lint, who was then 80 years old when he narrowly survived a brutal sword attack by 3 members of the Zizian Antifa terror cult, there are 2 people who were charged. So 3 were allegedly involved in the attack that day. Amir Diane Emma Borhanian, who was shot dead by the victim who had a firearm for self-defense, and Alexander Leatham, who was injured by the victim, and Suri Dow, a mysterious third person who we know very, very little about and local media has reported basically nothing about. Looking at the document, the name Suri Dow, all you get is that's that person's name. You don't even know the person's sex. And the birth date that is listed is March 2001, making that person 23 going on 24 years old this year. But something doesn't add up. See, I've been reporting on this Ziz Antifa terror cult for weeks and weeks now, and one thing we know is that all of them use aliases, and they all have tried to somehow escape justice through faking their deaths, through literally trying to escape from custody and doing other duplicitous things. And that's no exception here. Suri Dow doesn't actually exist because it's a fake name, and the birth date that she gave to prosecutors and investigators is fake. She was not born in 2001. She was born in actually 2000, and her real name is Tessa Burns. And in all the charging documents, she's charged under a different name, a false identity, and that has a lot of ramifications. But let's step back a little bit. Who is Tessa Burns? Well, I've been investigating her for a number of weeks, and I was doing a lot of back and forth with prosecutors as well as the defense to try to get an answer to what is Suri Dow's real legal name. And I could not get an answer from prosecutors, and the defense also gave me a very carefully worded statement saying that Suri Dow is the only name and identity that they know her to be as, which is not a denial of the name Tessa Burns, by the way. So Tessa Burns was born in China. I don't know what her birth name is, and she was adopted by a liberal white lesbian couple and raised in the Denver area of Colorado. And she, by all accounts, was a child genius. She was involved in spelling bees where she won and many other competitions where she was awarded. And even at her young teenage age, she was quite vocal about her left-wing liberal views, particularly around refugees and border issues. And she got a full scholarship to attend Arizona State University. She moved to California and joined up with the Ziz group. And her level of involvement is shrouded in a lot of mystery, but she lived on the commune in Vallejo, California, like the other members. And she was involved in the November 2022 attempted assassination of the landlord, Curtis Lint, after he took steps to try to evict the group from his property because they had been squatting there by that point for 3 years. And so prosecutors in California allege that Suri Dow, Tessa Burns, her real name, was involved in the conspiracy, and she's charged with attempted murder and also murder for the death of her fellow comrade, Amir Emma Borhanian. I cannot overemphasize how in jeopardy this criminal case is. The trial is scheduled for April, and there are a number of issues. One, Curtis Lint, the sole witness to the attack that happened in 2022, was assassinated in January, allegedly by Maximilian Snyder, who's another member of the Ziz group. Second, what does it mean that prosecutors is charging somebody under the wrong name, the wrong identity? the defense will exploit this for the jury. Remember, the standard that needs to be met in a criminal trial is that beyond a reasonable doubt. And without the key witness there, it won't take very much for the defense to suggest to the jury that in fact they have the wrong person, that she perhaps wasn't even really there. The prosecutors don't even know who was involved, and what's the big deal? They have somebody in custody, Maximilian Snyder, for the killing. So not just Tessa Burns, but Alexander Leatham, both of them, we may be looking at a case where they're both acquitted. That remains to be seen. But continue to follow my reporting. If you like this type of original reporting, please support my work by subscribing here and going to my website at andy-ngo.com. Thank you.